Hello and welcome. John Paul Jones here with another short story from a series I'm calling Small Town Street Chronicles. Growing up in a small town, man, you get to know everybody. And that's where these stories are originating from. This story, however, is based in it's a larger city, but it's a small area. All the little neighborhoods are like little small towns. And in this area of Fort Wayne, it's over behind the Scots on West State Street. You may know the neighborhood. There's an apartment complex back there, and the gentleman that this story is about lived in that complex, and I became friends with him. This piece is called A Familiar Street. I trust it'll bless you, and I hope that you will foster your relationships with others and respect them and know that they are valuable. You are valuable, and you bring meaning to each and every person that you communicate with. May the Lord bless you. Here it is, A Familiar Street. I was driving to the store like any other day on a familiar street, a road I had traveled hundreds of times. I live in the community, but that day the street became personal. Without warning, my emotions erupted. The death of a friend suddenly became real. Tears gripped my face as memories flooded in. Nothing about the road had changed, yet everything had changed. For the past 8 years, at least once a week, I turned onto this street to pick up a friend from his apartment. I drove him to doctor's appointments or wherever he needed to go. His name was Guy. When Guy was young, he contracted an illness that slowed him down a bit, but it never stole his ability to walk or smile. He grew up living with his parents. After they passed, he moved into an apartment. His brother, who lived out of state, helped by managing his finances remotely. That's when I entered Guy's life as his driver. His brother called me looking for reliable transportation. He explained that Guy needed help getting to the doctor. At first, I hesitated. It was outside our normal client transportation, and I turned him down. 5 minutes later, something told me to call back. We agreed on a trial basis, a handshake over the phone. That was the beginning of my friendship with Guy. It didn't take long to warm up to him. Guy was likable in a way that needed no effort. One day, I asked if he had ever driven a car. He had, years ago, a green Ford Escort. He spoke often of his mother, a lovely soul, a woman who sounded endlessly kind, always helping others. On one trip to the doctor, Guy told me his favorite pie was mincemeat. For his birthday that year, I had a bakery make one just for him. He loved it. When Guy called to order his transportation, he sounded excited. He always began the transportation the same way. In a gruff voice, "I need a ride," like he was ordering a limousine. It was something he could control. You could hear the sense of accomplishment at the end of every call. Periodically, Guy saw a heart doctor, though he never spoke of having any serious problems. He appeared healthy. He struggled to quit smoking, but he was always there, waiting with a smile. He wasn't just a client, he was my friend. A week before my tear-stained drive, I took Guy to another appointment. Nothing seemed unusual. A few days later, I received word of his death. Guy was my friend. He changed that familiar street into one that now brings a smile mixed with sadness. He no longer needs a ride to the doctor. He has passed into his Savior's arms. You will be missed, my friend. Every time I turn onto that familiar street, I will think of you. The end. I hope this blesses you today. May the Lord bless you and keep you and bless your relationships.